Okay, so we looked in the last video, kind of reviewing how to do lines, and we saw it in an x plus y equals some number form. But the form that you're typically going to see them in, or that you really want to get them in, is what is known as slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. You want to know what the slope is, and you want to know what the intercept is. And what that really looks like is this. It says that the outcome, what happens, your result, can be found by taking how much it changes by every time, the rate of change, the slope, the rate of change, the slope, see it, times, this is times, the number of changes plus where you start. So if you saved up $10 a week, that's how much it would change by every week. $10 a week, that's how much it would change by every week. And you saved it up for 6 weeks, then that would be $60. 10 weeks times the number of times, or $10, that's what it changes by every time, times the number of times it changes, the 6 weeks. That would be $60. That would be your outcome. And if you started with $4, that's where you start, then you would actually have an outcome of 64. So that's how that worked. The outcome is found by the rate of change times the number of changes plus where you start. Where you start is the intercept. That's why it's color-coded like that. Slope, where you start. Okay. What that looks like is the outcome, y, is found by the rate of change, m, that's slope, times the number of changes. Well, the number of changes is x. And then where you start is b. That's the intercept. You really need to understand this slide right here. Really memorize it. Okay, so let's use the same code. This is how many times it changes. This is the outcome. This is where you start. How do you find where you start? You'll see that wherever x is 0, the y is where you start. So here are our possibilities that we saw before. But let's turn this x plus y equals 7 into a y equals mx plus b. If we do it y equals mx plus b, we need the y by itself on the left. So we take this x, we move it over here, it becomes negative x. X minus x is 0 over here, 0 minus x is negative x over here. Or we just take the term over, change the sign. So y is equal to negative x plus 7. There it is. There's y equals mx plus b. Well, the m in this case is the number in front of that x. Well, the number in front of that x is a 1. So the slope is actually negative 1. Y equals negative 1 times x plus 7. Okay, makes sense? Yeah, it will. Okay, so that's y equals mx plus b. There's what it looks like right there. And here's our example from before. So now that we're turning that into a y equals mx plus b, we said that that is y is equal to negative x plus 7. So here's how you do the shortcut. What I do is I look and I say, okay, if x is 0, that's where on the y-axis, if x is 0, what does y equal? Well, just cover this up, because 0 plus 7 is just 7. There's where it crosses the y-axis. That is the intercept. That is the b. Okay, that's the b, and y equals mx plus b in this example. Okay, now, where do I go from here? Well, we said that the slope was down 1, right 1. Yeah, it's negative 1, so I'd be down 1, right 1. So my next point, I would go down 1 and right 1. Down 1, right 1. And there would be that. And I only need 2 points to graph a line. Okay. So that's right here. It goes down 1. The bottom number, or the top number tells you go up or down. If it's negative, you go down. And the bottom number, you always go to the right. So I went down 1, right 1. And then I would just connect those to make a line. Okay. And then that line would look like this right here. So that's how you do y equals mx plus b. That's how you quickly sketch the line. All right. And as you can see, it's the exact same as it was before. See, it's the same thing as the one that we did in our original. It's the same one. All right, now let's graph a couple of lines real quick. So we know that y equals 2x plus 3. We'll do this line in red, the first line in red. Well, it crosses at the 3, so we put a dot right there. Okay, this number right here tells me to go up 2, right 1. So I go up 2, right 1. I put my second dot right there. I now have my, do a little bit better than that. I now have my red line. Okay, there's the red one. Okay, now let's look at another line. I've got y equals negative x plus 4. That means that it crosses, plus 6, that should be 6, sorry about that. Plus 6. y equals negative x plus 6. That means it crosses at the 6. This right here is a down 1, right 1. So I go down 1, right 1. And right there's where they cross. And then that is where I would put my line. Okay? So there's what it looks like. I've graphed both lines. Where do they cross? They cross right here at 1, 5. And that is the answer. That is the solution to that system of equations. And they're all done similar to that. Okay, so as you can see, if I plug those numbers in, the x is 1, the y is 5. 5 does equal 2 times 1 plus 3. That's 2 plus 3. That's right here. And then the other one is, plug the 1 in here, and the 5. 5 does equal negative 1 plus 6. So that is a way that you can check. And I would encourage you to check all of these. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you very much. Good luck and practice.